Hey guys, real life here. Because we're doing real life, that's what it is. So, the topic of today's conversation, um, I'm going to try and recollect the first rehab that I can remember. Um, I don't know what it was called, but I learned to sit up in bed there and had this nurse that was like, do you know Edna off of The Incredibles? Edna. But she was blonde, like a Karen. It was so bad. I'm a Kyle, so, you know, you know. And she had a very good assistant, right? She knew what she was doing, and so did Edna. But I remember that that's where my grandparents came and saw me, and I can remember that interaction. It went well. It was sad to see me the way I was, but I've done exceptionally well. So, you know, it was a speed bump in the road, and I mean, it still is, but it's not as prevalent as it was because time heals all. Legitimately, that's all it was, really. And willpower, the want to do better and to be better so I can interact with people, kinda, you know. And thus far, I mean, it hasn't been the best, but it's going better than I ever imagined, right? Back to the first rehab, my grandparents. Now, I, I, I swear, I made up a memory that two other people came and saw me, and they did not, and I know that, but the memory is still like that happened, but I know that it did not. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was an interesting recollect like mirage that happened, but it did not. I'm glad it did not. But I moved out of that one to Mary Free Bed, where well, at that point, I had become minimally conscious, like more conscious than I was legit a vegetable, you know. So when I was able to figure out kind of like a baby what's going on, um, I moved to Mary Free Bed in Michigan. Had a fantastic set of people, like the nurses. The nurses were good. The therapists, I don't know what to call them, but like the physical therapist, the speech therapist, that's what I call them. And there's one more speech behavioral therapist, I think. Either way, oh, did I mention that I learned how to swallow in the first place? Like how to drink water without drowning myself legitimately. That was interesting. But I even remember the physical therapist's name at this point, 5 years later. Excuse me. Um, Sean. Yeah. I uh, I don't remember her name, the speech therapist, but I do remember who it was. The behavioral, I have no idea. Uh, but Sean taught me how to walk. Yeah, how to get the base of what I've created now. You know. Um, Thank you, Sean, and thank you, speech therapist. I think. Thank you as well from Mary Free Bed in Michigan, someplace like Chicago, maybe around there. Roanoke. No, that's not it. But Chicago, maybe. Um, Thank you guys. I would not be where I'm at if not for y'all's help. Thank you. You can't do it alone, but it can be done, right? You can't do it alone. Well, I mean, you can, but it's hard. I'm doing it right now. Well, that's not true. I've always had someone in my corner, my mom. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Mary Freebid learned how to walk, learned how to just move. um, got released from there actually due to COVID patients, them needing to make room for COVID patients because COVID was just happening, you know. But, you know, um, I left as they were giving rooms for patients, like I left a little bit too early. However, the way that I am, I think it was perfect, right? I got what I needed, and then I was able to do what I thought would help me best, and it did, you know. So there's that. Um, yeah, when I came to the house I was living at, home at that point in time, um, I was still using a walker, right? But I got pretty tired of that. And thank you, Mom, for doing what you had to. I appreciate it. And thank you for helping me reintegrate, kinda. Even if for as short as the time as we did until we had to move, right? It happens. But for the better. I'm glad it did. I am super happy that it did. Thank you. Yeah. But I did receive some physical therapy and speech therapy, physical and speech at the same place, right, like right next to my house. And then a town over, I had a speech therapist, right? Nope, she was the cognitive therapist, teaching me how to remember like the days of the month. I'm talking, it was bad, right? Bad. I could not remember the order of the months or like what day it was or like anything, right? I still have issues with remember what day it is, but so does like everybody else. But yeah, that was yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna end it there. I'll see y'all later. Bye.